Alright, hello everyone and welcome to the pre-stream for today's gameplay stream, which will be WWE 2K16, of course. Continuing on with the Stone Cold Steve Austin 2K Showcase Story Mode. Today is Wednesday, October 28th, 2015. Yes, we are winding down for the month of October. We are getting ever closer to my Halloween special this Saturday. And also to new releases of November, which is really going to be, in my opinion, the biggest portion of gameplay for the entire year. Everyone's waiting for November. Everyone's dying for Fallout and Call of Duty and Star Wars. You know, these big heavy hitters that are coming out soon. And I'm excited. But I'll be honest, I'm having a great week. I'm having a really great week, a good feeling, positive vibes, enjoying the new stuff that I'm playing, having a lot of fun. And yesterday was a really great day. People came out to watch on stream. People seem to be enjoying all the stuff that I did. So I am very much looking forward to starting up with more WWE 2K today. We've got a few changes to my schedule. Based off of feedback from you, the viewers. I'm changing up my schedule a little bit this week, okay? So I'm about to talk about that in a moment. Next week as well. I'm kind of a little bit confused, and I want to talk a little bit about next week's schedule. And then ultimately, I also have an update on YouTube Red, which I talked about yesterday, and it is a pertinent and direct update to what I talked about yesterday on the pre-stream about YouTube Red. So let's start talking. First of all, everyone, thank you for a good start to the week. Like I said, I'm really feeling great this week about everything. I think this is going to be a great week for gameplay that I'm putting out. And I hope that you enjoyed the WWE stuff yesterday. I definitely enjoyed playing it. I looked it up. I didn't actually, in particular, pay attention to the matches coming up, but I looked up how many matches are left in this 2K Showcase mode for WWE. There's about 10 left. So you figure yesterday I did what, like 5 or 6, you gotta think? If not more than that. Actually, we'll confirm that when I actually boot the game up, okay? If there's about 10 matches left... That means that it's probably about, definitely today's stream will be filled with WWE, showcase mode gameplay. And I'm thinking possibly tomorrow I can finish it up. And then we can move on to the My Career mode, which it seems a lot of people are looking forward to me trying. They want to see that amazing face scan technology. Which, unfortunately, from what I'm to understand, they did not release the app yet. There's an app that 2K Games is going to release for, like, phones to scan your face into the game, but they haven't released it yet. So I'm kind of almost hoping that gets released in the next couple of days, because that's what I would like to use. If not, I still have my face scan from last year. I still have it. So I could just import that face scan again and see how it works this year in the game when I create my wrestler. So, the schedule-wise for WWE... Today, more Today, more showcase mode. Tomorrow, I'm hoping to conclude the showcase mode and start my career, if we do conclude it. And that will be, my career will be what I play in WWE for the next several days or week until we get into the new releases, and I'll talk about that in a moment next week, okay? Tonight, my schedule has changed, ladies and gentlemen, from what I tweeted out last night. Directly based off of feedback. Okay? Directly based off of what people have asked for. Basically, it seems like the common opinion from my playing of the Halo 5 campaign last night is that it's good that I played it, but it seems like it's shit. And a lot of people said it's incredibly boring, generic, just like they kind of expected. And they'd rather see me do something else. Now, there were some options. It was either jump into the Halo 5 multiplayer right away, or I could check out this Minecraft Story Mode Episode 2, which was surprise sneaker released yesterday. Yeah, out of nowhere, Telltale Games decided to release Episode 2 of Minecraft Story Mode yesterday with no warning at all. And it actually didn't even release until the middle of the day on PS4, which is what I got it on. So I couldn't even have played it yet until like last night when I was already booked. So I think what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to do Episode 2 of Minecraft Story Mode. People really seem to enjoy my Episode 1 playthrough. Alright? And so that's what I'm going to be doing tonight. And it will not be streamed. I want to make this abundantly clear to everyone. It will not be live streamed. Some people have already questioned me. Why aren't I going to live stream it? Listen, 2 reasons. Number 1, because I said I was going to cut back on live streaming. Right? And I've been live streaming like crazy this past week, a week now. I started with the new episodic games last week, Tales from the Borderlands and Life is Strange, and I carried into Street Fighter V Beta, and then Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and now the new stuff. So I said I was going to cut back on streaming, yet here I go, and I'm streaming every day nonstop. So I kind of do want to cut back a little bit. And number two, because it is a narrative-based game, it is a game where really the best experience is going to be if I'm paying attention to the game and doing commentary and focused on it, not distracted by the stream and all of that. So I am going to be doing it tonight, but I am not going to be live streaming it, okay? So right now, first stream, WWE 2K16 Showcase. Tonight, no stream. It will be episode 2 of the story mode of Minecraft, okay? Tomorrow, Thursday, like I said, I'm going to continue with WWE. Tomorrow night, second stream is going to be basically in the hands of the viewers. Would you rather see me continue on with this campaign mode of Halo 5, or do you just want to see me jump into the multiplayer? Because it seems like every person out there, every reviewer, everyone on the planet Earth is saying the story and campaign of Halo 5 is garbage, but the multiplayer is amazing. It's where it's at. There's tons of fun game modes. It's a lot of just crazy, zany, first-person shooter fun, which is what you expect from the Halo franchise, and that's where the majority of the quality is coming from. Okay? So, that's the question. Would you rather see me, would you rather see me do the story, or would you rather see me do the multiplayer of Halo 5 tomorrow night? I need your feedback. So, comments to this video, Twitter @TheyCallMeDSP, email me, darksidephil@hotmail.com. Tell me what you want to see, okay? Excuse me. Tell me what you want to see tomorrow night. Alright? And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You know Saturday is going to be the Halloween marathon, okay? But Friday, Sunday, Monday, we will to be determined. One of those days, obviously, I want to return back to Assassin's Creed Syndicate, because I am really enjoying that game, and I don't want to put it on the back burner for too long. But at the same time, you know, we still got more Halo, and we still got more WWE, and I want to try to give everything a fair shake, okay? So speaking of all of that, now let's talk about next week. Because next week, the big decision for me, the big elephant in the room, is what do I do in regards to Need for Speed next week? Now, first of all, Need for Speed has already had a lot of controversy around it, that it's an online-only game, which a lot of people disagree with. Why do you need to have an internet connection to even play the damn game? But they're going with it. And, you know, they took a lot of flack for this because, you know, remember 2 years ago when the Xbox One was going to launch and they were claiming they were going to be an online-only console and you need to have an internet connection to play all their games, right? And, you know, it's pretty much, for a lot of people, you know, game suicide to do a game that only has online content. You know, a lot of people firmly believe this. I really don't give a crap in that regard, but a lot of people also just don't like EA and their kind of what they consider shady business practices. So the game was already under a lot of criticism for design choices and stuff in the game. I was going to play it, but I'm going to be honest now. At this point, I'm playing 3 games. That's a lot, you know? And I don't know, viability-wise, how can I play these 3 games and then play Need for Speed and basically get any kind of quality gameplay out of any of those by the end of the week when Call of Duty comes out? Because, by the way, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is released Friday, November 6th, and I'm only going to have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday to play it, because that Tuesday, boom, Fallout 4 and Rise of the Tomb Raider. Of course, I've already said this, I'm probably not going to be playing Rise of the Tomb Raider at launch. I'm probably going to be focusing only on Fallout 4 for several days, and then eventually, you know, ease into Rise of the Tomb Raider. But then, of course, the next week after that is Star Wars Battlefront. So, it's insane the amount of stuff coming out, and I'm going to need to really bunker down and focus on it, right? So, I'm already doing 3 games. How could I viably do the career of WWE 2K16, more Halo 5, and then, you know, Assassin's Creed Syndicate while I'm doing Need for Speed? And the answer is I don't think I could. You know? I really don't think I could. I don't think that it would be reasonable. And I just don't think it's going to happen, honestly. And it's funny because, I'll be honest, this year, I've asked for a lot of feedback, right? I've asked for a lot of feedback. And it seems a lot of the feedback I'm getting this year is completely contradictory to the feedback that I've gotten previously, and I've made changes. So, for example, I used to always be told I play too much. I do too much gameplay. It's too much to follow. You know, when I'm doing 5 to 8 hours of gameplay every single day, there's no way that a normal person anymore could sit down and watch that footage. And that's why my following was falling off and my viewership was falling off, because I'm putting out too much. And it's not like watching a fun episodic television show where maybe if there's 1 or 2 videos a day you could follow it. It's too much to follow, and that's why this is happening. So in the past year to year and a half, I've directly responded to this criticism, and I said, all right, fair enough. I will reduce the amount that I play, but I'm going to try to up the quality. So look what I did. I stopped streaming as much. I stopped playing as much. Instead of doing 8 hours of gameplay a day, now I do maybe 4 to 5 hours of gameplay a day, and I've increased the quality, right? The visual quality now is full 60 frames per second, 1080p. The voiceover sounds way better because my office is now almost like a studio with all this memory foam. I keep saying memory foam. Soundproofing foam, a better microphone, right? The streaming quality is much better than it used to be on Twitch. Everything's been improved. The quality of the videos is improved, and I'm doing it less. Another criticism that I received, strong criticism, especially after last year, during this very gaming season. Last year, the #1 criticism I got from everyone was you're playing too many games. You said you were going to pick and choose the games that you want to play, you were going to play less games, and that way you were going to focus more on fewer games and make better playthroughs. That's what we want. Last year, if you remember, I played a ton of games all at the same time. I played Dragon Age at the same time that I played Far Cry at the same time that I was playing Unity at the same time that I was playing blah, 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 blah. So I was playing 5, 6 games at once, and most people said it's too much. It's not, you're not playing them often enough for us to follow them, and it's very frustrating. And the #1 piece of feedback I received last year was play less. So here we are, heading into next week, and I've already said a few times this past week, I'm thinking of not playing Need for Speed, and now I'm getting people how dare you skip Need for Speed? You're not listening to the fan feedback. We want Need for Speed. And the thing is, I am listening to the viewer feedback. The problem is, there's not a consensus anymore. Maybe there used to be this one big overlying issue that everyone was like, fix it, fix it, fix it. That's not the case anymore. I've got some people that want me to play as much as I'm doing now, some people that want me to play even less, and some people that want me to play more. I got some people that want me to stream all the time, and some people that don't want me to stream at all. I got some people that want me to play every game, and some people that want me to play far fewer games. And it doesn't seem like there's a consensus anymore. Okay? It just doesn't. It doesn't seem like there's any kind of a consensus on what I should be doing, you know? So the bottom line is this. I think I have to, based off of everything going on, I have to make an executive decision on what the best decision is for the business and for me putting out gameplay every day. And for me, I think right now the best decision is to skip Need for Speed. I just don't think that there's time for it. You know, what am I going to do? 1, 2 sessions tops, and then I get caught up with all the other stuff and I never go back to it? I think it makes more sense, quite honestly, to focus on what I'm playing now, to do as best as I can with what I'm playing now, right? Even now, between Assassin's Creed, WWE, and Halo 5, saying that I have until November 6th to play as much as I can of those games, I don't know if I have enough time, you know? We know that Assassin's Creed is an incredibly long game. It's around 20 hours minimum for a playthrough. We know that. Halo 5, I would love to check out all the multiplayer modes, but how much time is that going to take? And we know that my career mode is incredibly long based off of last year's WWE. So we already know all this. And just between those 3 games, I don't think that I could possibly maybe, you know, finish everything up in time for the release of Call of Duty. So the bottom line is, that's my decision. I'm putting my foot down as of right now, and I'm announcing I'm not playing Need for Speed this year. Originally, I was going to, but circumstances are what they are, and I've decided that I'm not going to do Need for Speed. Sorry to those who wanted to see it. At the worst, let me put it this way. Maybe I'll play it at a future date, but I'm not playing it at release. So maybe I will hold on to it, and I'll play it later when there's downtime, but I'm not doing it. Okay, not right now. Alright. Now, the final thing I want to talk about, and then we're going to get started with gameplay today, is an update on YouTube Red. I've been talking about YouTube Red for several days now. This big controversial thing, YouTube doing a subscription-based service, $10 a month to get all the ads removed from YouTube. And all the content creators are up in arms saying, how are we going to make money? especially if this is our job, how are we supposed to make money if, you know, people are not going to see ads? Then YouTube explained, well, don't worry, because, you know, you're going to get a cut of the money that people pay for their subscriptions if they watch your video. So everyone was like, okay, that's great. Then YouTube announced a month-long free trial of YouTube Red and said they weren't going to pay anyone for it. So basically, all these partnership studios, right? It was actually Full Screen, which is one of these giant partnership companies on YouTube, messaged all of its creators and said, well, expect all of your money to drop off in November because YouTube's giving away everything for free with no ads in November because they're basically a bunch of fucking idiots and they don't know what they're doing. But hopefully your money will go up back in December because some people will actually continue to pay for the service and watch your videos and you'll make some money on it. So, of course, all YouTube content creators, up in arms, started talking about this publicly and said, you know, this is bullshit. What the hell did we do to deserve, to be punished by YouTube so YouTube could launch this service and basically make an extra buck? We're the ones who make content for YouTube. We're the reason why people come to YouTube, not YouTube. YouTube is just a hub. YouTube is just a fucking server to host a video. It's the content that we create and put on YouTube that brings people to the site. So for YouTube to do this, to have this subscription-based service and basically fuck everyone over for a month is incredibly disingenuous. It's basically just saying fuck the user. Oh, and by the way, we were all forced into signing this new terms of service agreement with YouTube in order to have YouTube Red launch, and nowhere in this new agreement did it mention a free trial and that we were going to lose money. So we never agreed to this either. So basically it's illegal, which is actually true. If we didn't sign any agreement with YouTube for it, they can't do it. It's actually illegal. So YouTube, all of a sudden, shuffling around because they look terrible for the past couple of days with all of this, right? Kind of did a backpedal today and released a new press release on their blog, which no one reads, by the way. Who the fuck reads the YouTube creators blog? And said, oh, don't panic. Yes, there is a free trial of this YouTube Red going live today, but we've decided that we're going to still give everyone a cut of money based off of some Google Music service. Who the fuck uses Google Music? Who even knew it existed? Google Music? What the fuck is that? I thought if you're going to get music, use iTunes, right? I know Amazon you can buy music. Who the fuck ever heard of Google Music? I never even heard of this service. But apparently they have some kind of a subscription-based music service. And they said for the month of November, to make up for the fact that we gave away this free YouTube Red service, based off of viewership numbers or something, everyone's going to get a chunk of money off of the Google Music. It doesn't make any sense, but basically they're saying we don't want to make it that you're not making any money in November, so we're going to at least give you a cut of something, so don't worry, it's not going to be terrible, and we really believe that this YouTube Red service ultimately is going to make everyone more money, so don't complain about it. Now, you guys know my opinion on Google. You know my opinion on YouTube. You know my opinion on the employees there. It's very simple, and it's documented. This isn't me making... A lot of people like to say, Phil's over-dramatizing everything. He's, a dramatization. He's exaggerating. It's actually factually documented, okay, that Google employees they think that they're like some kind of an elite class of people. They actually think that they're like this brain trust of super hyper-intelligent people. And in a lot of ways, that's true. They hire from Ivy League schools. They go for the best employees overall. But they're book smart, meaning they're going to program an amazing search engine. They could do that. They're going to do some kind of an amazing algorithm on YouTube to make, make a nice running on-demand video site. That's true. But when it comes to fucking business sense, they have none. The only reason that they're successful is because this brain trust of geniuses wrote the best search engine ever and used it to make money. That's where all their money came from, not from anything else. So, I hate that attitude. I absolutely hate an elitist fucking attitude of people who think they're better than someone else, they're smarter than someone else, and ultimately they refuse to take any kind of fucking feedback. And that's exactly what Google does. For years, every change they've ever made to YouTube, overwhelmingly people stood up and said, no, this change sucks. This does not make sense. Don't do that. We use that feature. And they ignore everyone and do whatever they want. This has been since 2008 when I started on YouTube. This is their mentality. And it pisses me off. How can you operate a business and completely ignore customer and user feedback simply because you're rolling in dough from your search engine profits. And that's the truth. It's basically like a filthy rich spoiled kid who thinks that he's smart because he's filthy rich. So he just does whatever he wants. And every time people say, well, no, that's not right, you shouldn't do that, he's like, well, I'm filthy rich, so I don't give a fuck what you say. I'm above everyone else. And that's literally what Google is. It really is. So that's what pisses me off. YouTube Red. Well, we're just going to launch it. Well, what about everyone getting fucked over for profits? Oh, well, you're going to get a cut of the revenue from YouTube Red. What kind of a cut? Well, we're not going to tell you because we're Google and we're above you and we don't have to disclose any kind of information because we're Google. Oh, okay. Well, now we're not going to make any money because of this free trial. Oh, you'll make some kind of money, but don't worry about it. And that's really their attitude. So, the good news is, there is some kind of an update, and apparently, not everyone who makes YouTube videos for a living will be taking a giant pay cut, or at least if there is a pay cut in November, it won't be an insanely huge one. The bad news is, no one knows what it's going to be. No one really knows anything. It's very uncertain right now. What's going to happen with YouTube? But you know what? I've said this before and I'll say it again. YouTube's an uncertain place. It always has been. Making a living on here is very risky. It's very different than having a 9-to-5 job. Not to say that there aren't uncertainties having a 9-to-5 job, because I've had one and there were tons of uncertainties. And look, I lost that job, right? But at least I'm having fun doing what I'm doing. I'm going to not really stress out too much about it. I'm here to play games, have fun, share those experiences with you on a daily basis, and that's what I'm here to do. And that's what I'm going to focus on. I'm not going to focus on this silliness and this negativity. If there's an update like today, I'll let you know what the update is. But for the most part, I'm not too worried. As I've said in the past, I'm not too worried about it. I would rather just continue to play games and have fun, and that's what I'm going to do. Right now, actually, because now that I've talked about that, I'd rather just play WWE and not worry about, oh no, Google's fucking up again, because they always do. Until they get new management who actually wants to change the face of their company and make them a customer-focused company, they'll always be like this, and they'll always do stupid shit, and it'll always backfire. And, it is what it is. Alright, so everyone, that is it for the pre-stream. Thanks for listening. Now let's get started, okay, with gameplay, WWE. Let's jump back into it, alright? Thank you, and let's begin.